Hello, welcome to Community Distance Reiki. I'm Danielle Stimpson of Learn Reiki Philadelphia. If you're new here, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. And if you're watching this on the replay, know that you're guaranteed just as fun and healing a time as if you were here live. If you would like to join me live, I'm here 5 times a week. You can see the regular days and times below, all times in East Coast US time. I also pop in for some additional streams here and there around world events and planetary movements. If you want to know about those, go ahead and click the subscribe button and the notification bell. If you'd like to learn about online Reiki classes with me or my social media, Discord, or my crystal shop, all of that's in the description as well. So we'll start off by opening up the chat, and hello everybody. We'll start by taking some requests for our crystal grid that we will build together around all of your healing requests. After about half an hour, 40 minutes of going through that, we will briefly explain what Reiki is all about, and then I will turn the lights down, turn the music up, and send Reiki to you whenever and wherever you happen to be. Thank you so much for being here. If it's your first time here live, just go ahead, click that live chat button. Your requests can be very general or very specific. You can let me pick the stone for you or request some of your own, whichever the case may be. I know that you will have an awesome time, so let's go ahead and check in with the chat. I did take a little bit of a peek ahead to see some of the requests, and I've got some of the crystals on the grid already. Okay, everyone, so here we go. Welcome in, Korakar. Shakina, welcome. Susan, welcome. Julia, welcome. And I believe I saw Grace. Yep. Justin, welcome in. So glad all of you are here. Awesome. So let's dive right into what I've got so far. So I've got a copper spiral for us. Copper tends to help the energy to flow more optimally. It breaks up blockages and it just facilitates optimal movement. I've got some copper here as well. For Greg and Susan, we've been doing some ongoing healing for them. We've got some Herkimer diamond to help Greg with connection to his with a literary agent that's very much in alignment for him and is the best perfect arrangement for him. We've got lapis for Susan. This is to help with inflammation. Lapis is also excellent for anything having to do with integrity, honesty, wanting to work with other people who are, as well as decluttering, organizing, and tidying. We've also got citrine because there's been some ongoing requests around financial abundance and resource success. So citrine is the ultimate manifester of finances and anything good in that direction. So yeah, so that's what we've got to start. And then I've got a couple here around some requests already picked out. Let's see, we've got hypertension for that. And of course, crystals are never a replacement for, any other kind of therapy, but they certainly can't hurt if we're using them energetically. So this is Unakite. Unakite is often linked with a lot of women's health, fertility, change of periods of time in a woman's life, but it's also incredible for the heart with in regards to circulation and fluids all throughout the body, but particularly cardiac fluids. So this can be really helpful for managing that. It's also wonderful for metabolism if anyone's working with that or trying to make that easier. I'm actually going to go ahead and put some of our Unakite right here on top of our copper. I also saw the request for Labradorite. Labradorite is definitely a stone of deep connection to ancient wisdom. This also helps to calm disputes, especially if it's a a dicey workplace or difficult roommate situation. It helps for studying as well if we want to get information and be able to utilize it and memorize it and tie that information into other things we already know. It's also wonderful for just having joy in travel and also clairvoyance, being able to sort of psychically see. So I'm going to bring that in. We've also got Rainbow Moonstone and Sunstone. Rainbow Moonstone is white Labradorite, and it works in a very similar fashion, but where Labradorite is a little bit more grounded and focuses on the ancient wisdom and on learning and on knowledge, the white Moonstone is actually a little bit more with connection to the intuitive arts, especially connecting to a message or like channeling, things like that. This is an excellent stone if you are doing things like channeling, if you're doing readings for someone, even if you are working with like astrology and things like that. Labradorite and or Rainbow Moonstone can be really helpful. So here we go. We'll put these here and here. Sunstone helps us to see a much bigger version of what we think we possibly can be. When we are growing spiritually and personally, it's often hard to see what we could be far off into the future, like to set a goal for ourselves that seems attainable, sometimes sells us a little short. This is a stone that reminds us that we did not come here to play small. So one of the stones I would suggest if you're looking to figure out what you want to do as your next steps or to set some long-term goals. We've also got, abundance. So we have citrine. And improving spiritual gift, I have Larimer. Larimer is only found in the Dominican Republic. It is super beautiful. It's all about really following our spiritual purpose, growing into the biggest version of our spiritual purpose that we can possibly think of. It's for growing in new ways spiritually. It's for innovating and becoming, in a way, a spiritual pioneer, to think of new ways to use your gifts and apply your gifts and even deepen and grow them. So I feel like this will be a good one to bring in. We'll go ahead and just plop those in. There we go. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, and we've got support for your mom with long COVID. Gotcha. Rutilated Quartz. The rutils in Rutilated Quartz are thought to direct the energy exactly to where they need to go for the best healing. This is also a stone that's thought to really help with energizing, especially if you're recovering from illness or injury and you just feel very low energy. This helps you kind of restock your energy stores. Can also help you to get energy if you feel depleted, or even help you. It's considered something to help us ward off illness and injury by bringing up our vital energy. So I'll go ahead and I'll bring that in with the intention it support Korakar's mom in the best possible way. Okay, awesome. All the best to her. Hello, Grace. Let's see. Welcome in, Prudence Jane. Welcome in, Vincent. Brindley, good to see you too. I promise I will get to everyone's requests. Okay, so we have... Next is Justin's connection with higher self, unconditional love, and soul's purpose. Ooh, I like that. Connection with higher self, unconditional love, soul's purpose. Lapis is very, not lapis. Larimer is very helpful for those. Higher self to rainbow moonstone, and especially for unconditional love. I feel like Prehnite is the one that wants to pop out for that. I feel like this really can help on a lot of the things you requested to kind of bring them together. Prehnite helps to facilitate spiritual teaching. It's also great for just being on your spiritual path and helping to make our spiritual path and all of the things around it, leading to it and connecting us to it, a priority, so that we can start to set some boundaries around anything that's inhibiting that connection or is getting in the way. It'll help bring those to mind so that you can deal with them. It also helps to aid meditation, lucid dreaming, connecting to spiritual guidance in all the ways you could possibly think of. And it even helps with pacifying a wandering mind if you're looking to get a more focused mind when you do these kinds of things. Like if your chattery human mind tends to pop in and interrupt your spiritual connection, this can help with that. I feel like this is one that helps us to connect to the lessons and the wisdom that best supports us. So yeah, definitely higher self and soul's purpose. This will help you connect to that in a really meaningful way and start to embody it, as well as the Larimer for sure. I love the way these two stones work together for that. This is also a stone I would suggest if you're looking for like spiritual teaching, like if you're looking for a teacher, if you're looking for your next lessons, it's a good one for that. And if you are doing your spiritual studies and you want some kind of support or help along the way, Prehnite is wonderful for teachers and students alike. I'm glad you're here. Glad you're here. And Grace, we have healing intention for heart healing, depression, peace of mind. Let's go in with some Peridot. I know we've used this for you before, but I think it's a good one. Actually going to move our unikites to make room for it. The green Peridot that I have is pretty tiny. It's gem quality, but it is teeny tiny, so we're gonna just give it a nice safe place. Peridot is helpful for all things having to do with the heart. Definitely can help with Justin's request for unconditional love. Everything you would think to do with the emotional heart, Peridot is super supportive of, but also ways that we can get in our own way, breaking bad habits if that's an intention. Most importantly, this is a great stone for all around mental health support around things like depression. This and Aqua Aura we've worked with interchangeably, but this one I've been feeling more drawn to lately. So no matter what you're going through emotionally, mentally, and of course they kind of ride together quite a bit, both sides of that, this can help to lift the despair a little bit, but it can also help to nurture and soothe and improve your mood overall. So I hope that that helps. I'm just going to go ahead and fill these circles up with some Peridot. It's never a bad time for Peridot. There we go. And thank you so much for being here, Grace. I hope this helps. I'm really glad you're here. And hip healing for Greg. Definitely, I got some howlite out because I thought that would be a thing. So howlite is one of the stones that we use for anger, resentment, frustration. It's really good for grounding those super difficult emotions. It's also fantastic for bones, osteoporosis, osteopenia, bone density, healing broken bones, operated on bones, calcium absorptions, teeth, hair, and bones. Any kind of calcite is also really helpful, no matter what style, what color. But howlite is like definitely a teeth, hair, bones, and difficult emotions, frustrating emotions stone. But it can also be great even for like whatchamacallit, stability and blessing. So stability, I mean, we're talking about bones and stability. It didn't mean to make a pun, but at the same time, stability in life, where anger, resentment, frustration can lead us to feel very unstable. This helps to kind of find some calm in the storm and feel a little bit more stable. So we'll go ahead and bring in some howlite. And also the Rutilated Quartz can be helpful, as it helps definitely from recovery from illness and injury. And it helps with, finding your energy again. And I know I haven't had hip surgery, but I did have orthopedic surgery in the past, and it takes a lot out of you in terms of energy. So Rutilated Quartz can be really helpful to bring those energy stores back up. So I hope he's feeling better. Send all of our love his way. So glad you're here as well. Pain from surgery too, and intuition. Intuition, I think we covered a little bit. Let me see. Definitely covered intuition with these. They're very balancing for that. But I feel like for the pain, let's go ahead and bring out some Celestite. This will help too with all manner of pain. And connecting to higher wisdom as well. So in alignment with Susan's request, in alignment with Justin's request. And I know Grace loves this stone too. So yeah, Celestite. This helps us connect to the angelic realm. It really brings up our vibration to that place. It focuses on activating the upper chakras. And when it comes to pain, I think the way it works is by bringing us more into our spirit body and lessening our awareness of our physical body, especially when it's about something like pain. So I'm going to bring that in. But yeah, absolutely. If you want to connect to angels, spiritual guidance, your best, highest good, also higher self, this is a wonderful stone to work with. Let's see. Hey, Martha, good to see you too. Jennifer, welcome in. Welcome back. Okay, good stuff. So, just making sure I get everybody's request, and I'm so loving that you all are saying hello to each other and hanging out. Love the vibe in here. So Brindley, intentions, support for your being back to studies and wearing out so quickly, recognizing the difference between self-esteem and self-worth. Absolutely. Sure, yeah. I totally understand between self-esteem and self-worth. Also, yeah, being back at studies and wearing out so quickly, definitely the Rutilated Quartz to help with energizing. But yeah, self-esteem versus self-worth. I think I have just the thing. Honey calcite. Honey calcite can help balance the way the sacral and solar plexus chakras relate and how they balance. This is a stone that helps us to get a little bit of optimism about things, but also to think about who we are, how we're important, why we're important. The solar plexus is the place of our personal identity, free will, and who we are. That also feelings of unworthiness can show up there or at the sacral, which is related to how we relate to each other, relationships, how we connect to others, how we rely on others, how others rely on us. So this is all of those places where self-esteem, which is more solar plexus, and self-worth, which is solar plexus and sacral. It helps to harmonize both. It also helps to support connecting with people that are in alignment with treating you in your highest good, like allowing space for you to be who you are. Here we go. So there's some honey calcite there. So I hope that helps, and welcome back to school. And yeah, self-esteem and self-worth, I think that will help. Also, Sunstone will help. Stone for professional transitions for Prudence. Good to see you, Prudence. Yeah. Professional transitions, one that can really help is lapis. That can absolutely help with that. Two that can help with professional transitions, orange sunstone. To some extent, Herkimer diamond. Let's see what else we can add. I'm going to say Garnet. Garnet is not only organization and courage, it's all of those things that, because when we're talking about things like career advancement, we could even say to an extent Larimer too. But this stone, this is raw garnet. Garnet helps with all of those things that we would think of as important in terms of being organized, being disciplined, being effective in a workspace, being effective in terms of career. So finding balance, strength in times of change too, which can be really helpful if you're going through that transition, but it helps with going through that transition in a very orderly, organized way. It helps to mitigate the chaos. It helps you to rise to the challenge. It helps you to prioritize better and be more practical so that before, during, and after that transition, it runs a little bit more smoothly. You'll also be seen in a really good light as being put together, pulled together, and professional. So I feel like this can be really helpful because we have so many like upper chakra type stones to help with things like moving on to our next journey and what's possible and seeing ourselves in the best possible light. This will help balance that, as Garnet being a more grounded, earthy stone that resonates a little bit more with like the root chakra and practicality. It'll help balance that and bring you through it. So let's see, where could we put this? Let's go ahead here, here. So, best of luck on your career transitions. This is also a good one if you want to get organized in general. And I know we're heading into fall, so there's a lot of like setting up the new schedule, trying to figure out new priorities, and being practical with our time. This can be helpful for all of us that are doing that too. So thank you for being here and all the best. Insomnia, clearing creative blocks, absolutely. Hey Karen, good to see you. Heart, I hope you're doing great. Good to see everyone. Okay. So let's see. Insomnia and clearing creative blocks. Insomnia, one of the best stones for insomnia and for sleep is Labradorite. It can really help kind of calm the mind down and get rid of the mental distractions, as can, to an extent, Celestite. It can kind of clarify things. But also, if you have difficulty getting to sleep because of any intuitive disturbances or just being really high energy, this can be really, really helpful. It's like one of the best stones for sleep. The other one for clearing creative blocks, absolutely. Carnelian can be really helpful with busting open creative blocks. Most of creativity lives in the sacral chakra, how we connect to and relate to others. It's a very primal force, creativity. It also has some semblance on the throat chakra and how we express ourselves, but to truly tap into that creative potential is the sacral, and this is an amazing stone to help support and unlock all of that. It's also great when we want to have enhanced relationships with people based on healthy boundaries and things like that. So this can help for folks who might be looking for that. It's also another stone that has to do with fertility quite a bit too. So if anyone has an intention around that, you can intend that this support you in that way. But yeah, this will help your creativity, like #1 creativity stone. So there's Carnelian. Thank you for your request, and I hope you're doing well, Julia. Thank you for being here. Jennifer has heart chakra opening, removing energy blockages. Absolutely. Heart chakra opening. We have Peridot, and why don't we add some more? Heart chakra opening. I feel really called to Rhodochrosite, and this isn't the one that I would always go to for this, but I just feel really, really pulled to it. And it also supports a couple of other requests I've seen so far. Rhodochrosite is very much like it's a very light, and like light vibration, like high vibration heart chakra crystal. This helps with anything related to mother-child wounds, but also just opening our heart chakra in general. It's also thought to be great for heart and circulation and things like that, which definitely supports Korakar. It's another one that's often suggested for stress headaches and asthma, which I actually use it quite a bit for that. But yeah, this is definitely helps to open the heart chakra. It can be an intense stone to work with, so if it's a challenge already to even ask for help in that regard and you choose to work with Rhodochrosite, I would suggest having some grounding stones along with it to help. So yeah, really great stones to bring into that. Let's do Rhodochrosite. Lots of love to you, Jen. Glad that you're here. Removing energy blockages. We have copper. Feel like maybe some Smoky Quartz. Smoky Quartz really helps to transmute that energy and move the blockages. It helps to calm worry, especially worry where we can't really do anything. It's very much protective as well. But yeah, it helps to move through and improve that energy, like to not only break up the blockages, but potentially even transmute them into something better. Quartz. Awesome. Wait, almost lost one. Let's see. Martha. High blood sugar, constipation. You got it. You got it, Martha. Serpentine is excellent for things like high blood sugar all the way up to actually being diabetic. Also fantastic for anybody with muscle weakness or muscle aches and pains. Magnesium deficiency, which can certainly lead to muscle aches and pains, as well as even trance meditation. So this can definitely help those of you that are looking to connect spiritually. This is serpentine. So yeah, serpentine does an awful lot. This is from Jennifer Vatsa's crystal shop. You can go ahead and check Jennifer Vatsa. She's in the chat right now. Check out her crystal shop. She's having a clearance now. So yeah, this is an amazing stone. I'm so glad to have been gifted it by her to work with. But yeah, this is very helpful for things like anything on the diabetic scale, high blood sugar, anything like that. So we'll bring that in. Okay. Thank you for being here. And constipation. I'm gonna say black obsidian. Black obsidian also helps like shock and just overwhelming shock and grief at the same time, but it also helps to balance digestion, not just like calm it down, but balance it no matter where you happen to be with it at the moment. So that's black obsidian. Also great for pets. This is one of the stones that's excellent for pets, especially nervous pets. And just nervousness in general. It's very protective as well. So I'm glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here. I hope you're having a good day. Mouth issues and dental health, weight loss, writing, including technical writing and quickness. Mouth tissue, gotcha. Teeth and gums is Aquamarine. It also helps with just all body fluids in general, but it's really thought to be good for gums and teeth, like the tissue there. So here we go. Here's Aquamarine. This can also aid in forgiveness and deflecting pettiness. So if you're working with someone who puts in little digs and can just be a little bit low vibe in general, this can help to sort of dissolve the feelings that might bring up, dissolve the tension around that. But yeah, great for teeth and bones, especially the tissue around them. Howlite can also help the teeth themselves. We'll put this here, that there to kind of balance with our black obsidian. Weight loss, there's metabolism is in Unakite. Iolite definitely helps with weight loss specifically. Writing, including technical writing and quickness. Gotcha. I'm gonna say sodalite for communication. Whether it's writing or speaking, sodalite's an excellent one for communication. So I'm gonna bring that in. Also, where it was requested to help open up the creativity with carnelian, this can really help support the expression of that creativity if that's important to you at all. But yeah, this can help with writing for sure. I'm gonna bring this here and here. And iolite definitely helping with, helping, like I said, with weight loss, as a specific, but it's also great for money management. It's another stone that's great for sleep disturbances as well, and any kind of meditation that's like visionary meditation. Excuse me. So we'll go ahead and we'll take our iolite and place that here. And best of luck with all of that, Vincent. Thank you for being here. Aw, thanks, Justin. Yeah, we love how wholesome this group is, too. Heart. Let's see. Healing the planet, taking better care of our bodies. Absolutely. Healing for planet. Let's see. I'm going to say shungite. Healing for planet. Shungite is used in filtration. It absorbs things. It might even be part of your water filtration system. It's also thought to, as above, so below, to absorb negative energy from your energy field. It's excellent for a lot of things, including tissue repair, which is something a lot of you are requesting tonight in one way or another, physical recovery, as well as release of stress, energy blockage, and emotional pain. It can help us to move all of that through. It helps to clear the energy field as well, including shielding electromagnetic frequency from folks who tend to be very sensitive to it, those of us who are empathic. So if you get feeling very drained or antsy or achy around certain types of machinery and electrical equipment, it might be related to being sensitive to the electromagnetic field. But this covers a lot of ground, and it's great too with that it absorbs things that are not great in an environment, so it can help kind of pull things out of the earth that are less than healthy and hold it within itself. So we can put that intention out there too with this stone. I'm going to put this with here. So that's shungite. So that helps a lot of our requests for today. And I hope that helps. Okay. Okay, so just a couple more. So we've got the pain has been an issue for Greg after the surgery. That was one of the bigger issues after my leg surgery too, was the pain medication wasn't cutting it. Yeah. I hope that's short-lived. I hope it's short-lived. Let's see. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. There we go. Karen. Energy, mindful eating, and low mood. Energy, definitely Rutilated Quartz. Mindful eating, low mood. Low mood, honey calcite can help. I feel like pyrite for both you and what's going on with Greg for that. Pyrite helps the body during Reiki to like receive it and make the most of it, but it's also very protective. It's good for the brain and memory, but also with listening to our own intuition about our bodies, like being able to hear what's in our best interest and take care of ourselves. In regards to mindful eating, Unakite can also be a little helpful. Iolite as well, but Pyrite can be really supportive in being intuitively aware, but also aware of yourself. So that can help connection there. Low mood, I feel like I know what to add for that. So let's see, Pyrite. Definitely feel like some yellow calcite will help with bringing up the mood. Yeah. Helps to bring our sense of joy to the fore, allows us to enjoy life more and enjoy who we are and find a sense of joy in how we want to bring ourselves forward. As we get to know ourselves better, it allows us to basically take joy in fundamentally who we are and how we go about our lives, and helps us to prioritize our own joy. So I hope that that helps. Yep, we definitely have enough room for this one. Okay. There we go. You know what, Korkar? That's a great idea. Stromatolite or algae fossil to help the earth. I have Kumbaba stone. Kumbaba stone is fossilized algae. It's thought to, this will actually help to, I feel like it helps with digestion and retaining nourishment. It can also help with mindful eating as well. Thank you so much for suggesting this, Korkar. But it can also help connection to our ancestors and ancestral wisdom. Learning about the old ways, learning about methods of care from community, and yeah, just connection to, like I said, ancestry, connection to earth energies as well. So yeah, this can definitely help with connection to earth. Thank you so much again for requesting that. So I'll put that right smack dab in the middle. Awesome. So we're running a little behind, but I'm still going to go ahead and pick a couple of crystals that I think will help aid the energy of the overall grid. And you all will vote on them while I briefly explain what Reiki is and how it works, and then we're going to slide right into the healing. So give me just a moment to select a couple of things and chat amongst yourselves. All right, here we go. So I've got two to choose from. One is Bumblebee Jasper, which does contain arsenic. Heads up, don't put it in water and drink it. But Bumblebee Jasper helps to give us a lot of vital energy, and especially helps energize our sense of self. So I feel like that hits on a lot of notes that were brought up today. But yeah, lots of energy in this one. Helps to spur you on along your path. And one that we haven't used here before, Tibetan Quartz. Tibetan Quartz is a very intuitive stone. It's thought to help connect to the wisdom of the ancient Buddhist monks. It helps you connect spiritually and be in alignment with your soul's purpose. And it also can help aid in intuitive connection. So connection to like basically helping to calm and quiet the mind while we connect in meditation. So yeah, Tibetan Quartz, highly intuitive stone. Bumblebee Jasper, lots of energy and sense of self. So go ahead and vote in the chat. If you haven't already liked the stream, please consider doing so. You are not limited to just one vote, hint hint, and I'm just going to quickly explain what Reiki is. So as I mentioned at the top of the hour, I'm Danielle Stimpson. I've been teaching Reiki for about 14 years, and you can learn all about me, my online classes, social media, and so much more in the description below. So the style of Reiki that I work with is known as Usui Reiki, which comes from Japan in the early 1920s. This particular method of working with this energy is fairly new. It's only about 100 years old. At the same time, the energy itself is absolutely timeless, and practices of working with it exist in nearly every culture, including in Japan, far before the 1920s. Usui's method sought to create a system that was easy for modern folks to work with and to make it secular, as teaching religion or anything like it was forbidden in Japan at that time. But the concept of connecting to this energy, it's rooted in the principles of Shintoism, the indigenous spirituality of Japan, in which everything has a soul, everything is interconnected, and the energy, specifically the energy of Reiki, or spiritually guided life energy, is thought to run through everything and everyone. It supports our mind, body, and spirit to come to the best sense of balance and healing that they possibly can. And as this energy is already flowing through all of us and unites us all, I'm able to connect with it through my practice and essentially direct more of it to you, allowing your body, mind, and spirit to utilize it in the best way for you. I encourage you to set any intentions at any time during the session. Just think about it and offer it up to the universe, and it'll be supported. You may experience any kind of sensations physically, emotionally, intuitively. If you have any questions about your experience, after I'll be sending Reiki for about 25 minutes. At the end of this session, if you do have questions or anything you want to share, you'll hear my voice come back in, inviting you to take a deep breath in and out. And at that time, the chat room will reopen, and you'll be encouraged to go ahead and ask any questions and do all that good stuff. If you're watching this in the future and you can't take part in the conversation afterwards, no worries. Go ahead and use the comments or reach out to me on social media or Discord at the information in the description. During the session, I'll sort of sit back. I'll bring up a big image of the crystal grid so you can go ahead and gently enjoy the beauty of it, or close your eyes and relax. You don't have to keep your eyes closed. You don't have to keep your mind silent. You don't have to focus on anything. This time is for you. So I encourage you to just get comfy, move around all you need. If you feel like journaling at the same time or stretching out, go right ahead. This time is for you. During the session, you'll also notice that the lights will gently move through several different colors. At no point will they flash or strobe. And if you'd like to learn more about the person who created our lovely music, all of her information is also in the description below. If you'd like to catch up with a past healing, all of our old healings are listed in a library down below. And you can also come back and see the names of the crystals. If you give me a few days, I usually type them all out in the description. So yeah, without any further ado, just know that there's nothing you have to do. There's nothing you have to focus on. Simply be open to receive. And I'm so glad that you're here with me today. So let's go ahead and see what won that vote, and then we will slide on into the healing. There we go. Both. Yeah, it's generally always both. Let's do it. Okay. Tibetan Quartz. Bumblebee Jasper. I never recommend putting crystals in water and drinking it. I know too much about the gemstone industry. Thankfully, when I had my studio located on Jewelers Row in Philadelphia, the jewelers were really helpful and sharing their information. They were very generous with that. And what I've learned about the gem industry is I just don't use any indirect essences, but especially not if you do, that's, totally up to you. I don't recommend it with this because it does have a good amount of arsenic in it. So go ahead and enjoy your session. If you are, no matter where you are in the world, or even when you are, because this energy connects us all and flows through everything, the Reiki will meet you whenever and wherever you happen to be. So if your mind starts to run away from you, just take a deep breath in and come on back. And I look forward to catching up with you on the other side of your session in about 25 minutes. So enjoy your session, and I will see you soon. invite you now to take a deep breath. Slowly allow yourself to come back to your body. Wiggle your fingers and toes if you need. Thank you so much for being here with me today. It was an honor and a pleasure to share this energy with all of you. And if you have any questions or anything to share, feel free to go ahead into the chat and let me know. Oh, thank you, Susan and Vincent and Shakina. Absolutely, feel free to ask a question. Oh, Justin, you're so welcome as well. I'm here every week, Wednesdays 4 p.m., Thursdays 8 a.m., Fridays 4 and 8 p.m., and Sundays at 8 p.m., all times Eastern. Oh, you're so welcome, Martha. You're so welcome, Heart. Oh, you're so welcome, Julia. You're welcome, Grace. It's great to see you all. You're welcome, Jen. Keep your head up. Reiki makes me so thirsty. Oh, great, Brinley. Yeah, sometimes we're not meant to just like sit still and be blissy. Sometimes we're meant to like move around. So I'm glad that you kind of let yourself just go into it. Yeah, sometimes we just need to like physically move around. Absolutely. You're so welcome, and you're so welcome, Korakar. Oh, Shakina. Okay. Sometimes when you meditate, you feel a lot of energy in your hands. And sometimes you can feel a ball of energy expanding and growing between your hands. You and a friend pass the energy ball back and forth. Ah, gotcha. You can feel energy moving through your chakras like electric pulses, almost convulsions, but not as painful. Not really sure what to do all of this. It's your first time here. This all sounds like, is it related to Reiki, or can it be used to help others? Reiki energy is available to everybody and flows through everyone. And I would say to a point, we're all working with energy right now all the time. Other people would feel differently about it. I feel like Usui's method is Usui's style, but the energy itself, there's lots of ways to connect with it that doesn't require training necessarily. We can definitely feel our own energy, especially like when we feel that ball of energy in our hands. That's very often our own energy, not so much Reiki energy, but it could be either and a little bit of both. Can it be used to help others? Yeah, absolutely. I would say, and especially feeling like your own energy in your chakra areas, absolutely. Sometimes when we feel our chakras, we can get a chance to see which ones feel more aligned and out of alignment. my suggestion is always to like place one hand on the one that's the loudest and one hand on the one that's the quietest, and hold them there until they kind of balance out a little bit. And sometimes that can help bring in a more harmonious flow of chi in the body. When we're working with our own energy, we just want to make sure that we're keeping our personal energy separate from the energy of the person we're working on. Because if we're giving them our energy, we're going to be really depleted. And if we're taking on their energy, we're just ultimately, it's not going to be great for us. So you could like study a Reiki class, like a formal one, or you could even start working with your own energy, getting a sense of how you feel your own energy and keeping your energy to you, and then feeling the energies of other things and sort of not taking them on. Definitely sounds like you're opening up to energy work in general. A Reiki course may just help you with keeping your energy separate from the other person's. Essentially what we're doing in Reiki is asking for universal good energy, or Reiki, or spiritually guided life energy, and essentially using ourselves as like a conduit between the energy source and the person we're treating. If you start working with that intention as you work with your energy, like allow me to feel my energy and, check it out for a while, and then ask universal energy, or however you want to refer to it, to come to you, and start to feel the difference a little bit, you then, once you feel that you can keep your energy and the Reiki energy separate, there should be no problem with using your energy or using your ability to transfer Reiki energy to help others. Because really, energy work like Reiki energy can't hurt anybody. It's only when we accidentally start sending our energy or taking on someone else's that it's not great. I hope that helps more than it confuses. And you're so welcome, Susan. But yeah, let me know if that answer helped, or if it was more confusing, or what other questions you have on it. You're welcome here all the time, and always encouraged to ask questions and stuff too. But yeah, I would start with the energy ball that you're feeling, and just ask to feel your own energy, get familiar with it, then ask the Reiki to come in, get familiar with that, and get familiar with how the two are different, and intentionally connecting Reiki to someone. Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes you get depleted when you do coaching. Yeah, we can, energy transference is something that can happen whether or not we're doing energy work like intentionally. Absolutely. Whether you're a coach, a nurse, a counselor, a nice friend. I mean, it could be, any of those. But yeah, if you feel very, very drained afterwards, that's a sign that that could be happening. So something you could do to help keep the energies separate is to set that intention before you start your day or before you leave for work, is just sort of sit with an intention, even if it's just for a few moments, and just take a deep breath and just ask to keep your energy with you and keep your client's energy with your clients. And something that I've done when I've had students that had difficulty keeping the two separate, envisioning either a lightning bolt in between the two, or you can even imagine drawing a heart or whatever symbol makes sense to you between you and whoever it is. We're not sending their energy back at them. We're not trying to do anything. We're just trying to keep the different things different. Yeah, because giving them our energy isn't ultimately going to help them. It'll make them feel better temporarily, but if whatever's going on continues, they're just going to get depleted again. And of course, if you're trying to counsel and you keep getting depleted, you can't keep counseling. So other things that can help if you take on energy that's not in your highest good is like Epsom salt, foot soaks, or baths. Keeping your feet on a bag of Epsom salt. And if you're naturally somebody who has a hard time separating energies, there's a video I did on stones for protection and energy clearing that can really help you. One of the stones in particular is red tiger eye. But there's a lot of stones in that video that you can use. Some are easier to find than others. All of them are fairly easy to find. But this is, here, I'll change the camera over. And thank you everyone that's here. Let's see. Yeah, this is, actually let me do, this is red tiger eye. It looks like regular tiger eye, but it's red. That can help keep energies separate too. Yeah, it's definitely any kind of class can help, and there's different styles of Reiki, different teachers. I teach online classes. There's info in the description, but there's tons of Reiki teachers out there. You'll know the right one, like just by feeling it out. Like you'll know when you're in the right place. But even just a level 1 class could really help with keeping energy separate. Julia, you have trouble too when realizing whether it's yours or someone else's? You can even, if that happens where you're like, I don't know where my energy's stopping and theirs starts, something you can do is just sort of like take a moment and just take a deep breath and just, even as you're talking to someone, just, and just silently in the back of your mind, just say, please keep our energy separate. Thank you. And you can envision like a wall or anything like that if you want to, and that might help. You can also do like a energy shielding. Tiger's eye at home. Tiger's eye will definitely help too. Oh, I'm so glad this is helpful. Yeah, sometimes too, like at the beginning of the day, end of the day, but usually beginning is easier. Just take a few moments to mindfully like take a few deep breaths and just like affirm the outside of your energy field. Like feel where your field is like kind of stops being so strong. And just imagine that you're like filling it up with good energy, or that you're almost like spackling any cracks. And just like setting that intention of like keeping my energy field separate, keeping my energy field nice and strong, keeping it, nice and separate from everyone else's. And if you do that, even if you do it just a little bit here and there as a small practice, it'll start to help really quickly. Yeah, I hope that helps. Let me know if you still need some other suggestions or anything. But yeah, if you're in a place and you feel like, oh, I feel like I took home somebody's energy, like if that's the thing, you can work with black tourmaline, like repels negative energy, but you can also do like the Epsom salt foot soak. You can even like hop in the shower, plug the drain, and like throw in a handful of Epsom salt or sea salt if that's all you have, and just like with the intention that it absorb any negative energy, and that can help. You use your Labradorite ring to help you remember to keep your energy separate. That's a great idea too. Yeah, Labradorite's a really wise stone. Yeah, definitely. Awesome. Cool. Well, definitely come back if you have any additional questions. I'm always here. I'm here 5 times a week. And thank you so much. So I'm going to go ahead and end it here with an abundance of gratitude for all of you. I look forward to seeing you next week, Wednesday at 4 p.m. And if I hop on sooner with anything, I'll let you know. But please take care of yourselves, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.